I am saying that we do need to be around people who are going to help us build our confidence, because that is so crucial. If you're around people who are trying to break you down, who don't want to see you succeed, who might have jealousy, right? There's legit people who are in your circle possibly that might be friends, right? But they're low-key jealous. They low-key do not want you to succeed. They don't want to see you doing better than them. So it's really important to identify people in your circle who are there for you, people who genuinely support you, people who will drop, you know, whatever they're doing and just show up for you. Like, that's so important to have. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Marissa, and if it's your first time tuning in, welcome. On this channel, you're gonna find all things dance, fitness, travel, self-improvement, growth, and all that good stuff. So before we get started on today's topic, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get notified whenever I upload new videos. Let's get into it. So today we're gonna be talking about 6 ways that you can improve your confidence. I know going into a new year, we're always looking on ways to improve ourselves, how we can improve our lifestyle, the way that we view ourselves, the way that we live. So I know confidence is always a big one, especially for women, and it's always something that we're looking to improve. So I can personally say over the past couple of years, I've definitely been able to build my confidence, and it's taken some time. I mean, I still have a long way to go, but I can definitely say that doing these things that I'm going to talk about has definitely helped me boost my confidence. I've been able to help other women boost their confidence as well through movement, through community, through motivation, through this channel. So today I'm going to give you some tips so that we can go into 2023 living our best lives and feeling like that girl. So before we get into those 6 reasons, first I want to define what confidence is. Confidence can have a couple of meanings depending on what exactly you're talking about. So I'm gonna pull up the definition right here. So the initial noun, it is a noun, okay? So the initial definition is the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something, firm trust, okay? The definition that I'm going to refer to today for today's video is a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. Okay, and then the example sentence is she's brimming with confidence. So we're not talking about the other type of confidence, which would be when you're talking about confidential or being able to trust someone or rely on someone. We're talking about self-assurance here, okay, and how you can build your internal confidence so that it shows up externally as well. So the first way we can build confidence is by investing in our looks, okay? And when I talk about investing, I'm not talking about going out and spending a bunch of money on clothes and makeup and bags and all that stuff. I'm talking about actually caring about how you look, right? Caring, putting some effort into how you look before you leave the house. When I go outside, I want to make sure I look good, I look presentable, I look the way that I want to feel. So I think that's very important when we are talking about building confidence and your looks, right? We want to show up in a way that feels good to us. So when we think about going to dinner, when we think about doing outings with friends, when we think about even showing up to work, right? Like, how do we look? Are we put together? Is our hair put together? Do we have maybe a little bit of lipstick on? You know, like, and everybody's different, and I'm not telling everybody that they have to wear lipstick, or I'm not telling everybody that they have to dress up. You know, some people, they really don't care about clothes. If you're one of those people that doesn't care about really like what you wear or if you have makeup on or not, like, that's fine. Like, no pressure to start, you know, going out and buying a new wardrobe or wearing makeup or any of that. The idea here is to make sure that you look presentable to yourself, that you show up looking your best, right? That's really gonna help with that confidence, because when we look good, we feel good. I truly do believe that. When I put on a nice little outfit and, you know, my hair is laid, you know, just think about like when you just leave the hair salon, right? And your hair is done and you're like, ooh, like, I need to go out, right? Like, most of us really feel that way. It's like, I look good, I feel good, I want to show off how I look right now. And that's really gonna help with that confidence, right? Because you look good, you feel good, maybe you've gotten a couple compliments, from other people, and that feels good. So that's really gonna help your confidence and help bring up your self-esteem. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about self-esteem, self-assurance, how you feel about yourself. Before anybody else feels some type of way about you, you have to feel good within yourself. Before anybody asks you to cut your hair or dye your hair, or, oh, you should do your nails this color. If you are, in a situation like that, which could be family, which could be a relationship, people maybe judging your looks or trying to control how you look and things like that. No, it needs to come within yourself, because that's gonna help how you feel on the inside. So the second way that you can build confidence is by indulging in new types of activities, finding new hobbies, and trying things that are new. When we try new things and we like them, or we try new things that may be challenging or maybe mentally stimulating, that helps with a sense of confidence. So for example, if I were to try a cooking class, right, and maybe I've never taken a cooking class, or maybe this specific meal that we are cooking in the class, I've never cooked it before, right? And we get through the class and I like the way that the meal came out, it's delicious, it's good. Now I have this confidence within myself, because I'm like, oh, well, now I can cook, right? Like, I know that I can make this. I can go home, I remember the ingredients or whatever. I have a list of ingredients that I could take home with me. And now I have a sense of accomplishment, right? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I can do this. The same thing when it comes to other types of activities or hobbies as well. If you were to try out a new type of workout, maybe you felt really good doing that workout. Maybe initially you felt like you weren't going to be able to get through it, and then you got through it. Like, that's going to help boost your confidence. So just putting yourself in situations that may initially feel uncomfortable, and then being able to actually get through it and see that, okay, I can actually do this, or I actually did that, or that felt good. That's gonna help with your confidence as well, because then it's gonna give you that motivation to keep trying new things. That's where that self-assurance is gonna come from. So now you're gonna be more likely, right, more inclined to try new things, to put yourself out there. It's the same when it comes to dating. Maybe you're shy when it comes to dating or meeting new people, and then when you finally put yourself out there, maybe like you do end up meeting someone, or you end up meeting multiple people if you are dating that you actually do click with, or maybe you're like, okay, that date wasn't so bad, like maybe I can try another date here, right? So we just want to make sure we are putting ourselves out there and trying new things, and really like getting outside of our comfort zone, getting outside of that box that we sometimes live in, and that's really going to help your confidence as well. So the third way we can build confidence is by reciting affirmations. So a lot of people are realizing that this actually is something that does work, and it actually does help with confidence, it helps with accomplishments, it helps with motivation, it helps with that self-assurance as well. Affirmations can be put into your day in a few different ways, right? It doesn't have to be that generic standing in the mirror citing these affirmations or these sentences to yourself. It doesn't always have to be that way. Yes, that is one way that you can cite your affirmations and really talk to yourself, and I do feel like there is some power in actually making eye contact with yourself. So when I teach my dance classes, I always tell my students, like, make eye contact with yourself, because that's really how you're going to connect with yourself, right? If you're looking at somebody else, like, you're not really focused on yourself. So one of the best ways to recite affirmations would be actually looking in the mirror, actually making eye contact with yourself, actually talking to yourself, because this is the person that you want to feel these things, right? Another way that you can recite affirmations is by actually writing them down. So if you have a journal, you can write down sentences that relate to you. So that's the thing with affirmations, like, they actually need to be relatable. You actually need to feel them. They actually need to be things that relate to you. So there's podcasts that have daily affirmations. There are journals that already have affirmations written down for you, so you literally just have to recite them. You can follow pages on social media that have affirmations. There's pages on Instagram, there's pages on Facebook. So there's many different ways that you can find affirmations, or you can create your own, honestly. So I do both. I listen to a podcast that has affirmations, and I also write down my own, depending on how I feel. So sometimes if I just need to give myself a nice boost of confidence, or I'm feeling like I need a little push, whatever I need for the day, those are the affirmations that I'm going to follow. So some pretty solid affirmations would be, I believe in myself, I trust in my decisions, I know that everything I'm working towards will pay off eventually. Things like that really are going to relate to you, and those are just off the top of my head. But literally affirmations could be anything. It could be, I know that I am a good person deep down inside, right? These are just ways to affirm yourself. So anything that you're doubting, anything that maybe someone's trying to make you feel bad about, maybe something that you just really need to affirm, that you really need to reinforce in your life, those are the affirmations that you should really be taking part in. So how does affirmations work? Some people say that you should say them at least 2 to 3 times. I believe that repetition is key. I also believe in the power of writing things down. So I like to write my affirmations, and then I'll go back and I'll read them. I'll probably go through and I'll read them twice. If I am listening to a podcast, most of the podcasts will say the affirmations and then give you a time where you can repeat right after. So they'll say something like, I am beautiful. They'll give you a second and then you repeat it as well. So it's really just how you feel and what works best for you. You can also write down on little Post-it notes. You can leave them on your mirror in your bathroom or your bedroom. They could be the first things that you see in the morning when you wake up. That's also another way that I recite my affirmations. I do have some Post-it notes, so I have like 4 of them that are just on my mirror, and I'll keep them there for a couple months, and then I'll write new ones that relate to me at that time or that serve me at that time, and then I'll post them back up on my mirror. So it's really just based on what you need at the time. So the 4th way that you can build confidence is by surrounding yourself with people who actually value you, people who lift you up, people who compliment you, people that genuinely enjoy you, they enjoy your company, they feel like you are valuable, right? You're a valuable asset in their life. They consider your opinion. They like the way that you make them feel. They acknowledge your accomplishments. They acknowledge your efforts, right? They make you feel good. So it's very important to be around people like this, because the opposite of that would be being around people who suck you dry and people who make you feel bad, and nobody has time for that. Nobody's trying to be around people who make them feel bad, right? And we see this so often, and it seems so crazy and so absurd, right, saying it out loud, that you would actually spend time with people who are making you feel bad and who do not value you. But this happens every single day. We see people in relationships, we see people in marriages, we see family dynamics, we see coworkers and bosses and people talking to their kids crazy, right? Like, it's not always going to be that mutual respect. And even if people do respect you, or even if people do genuinely like you, they're not always going to show that. They're not always going to vocalize it. So it's very important to be around people who are not afraid to tell you, like, I like you, I value your opinion, I'm coming to you for advice, I like the way that you did this, I like you in that dress, you look beautiful today. Like, people also need to affirm us the same way that we affirm ourselves. Like, we need to be around people who are also lifting us up and making us feel good. Am I saying that we need to be around yes people and people who are just kissing our asses? No, that's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that we do need to be around people who are going to help us build our confidence, because that is so crucial. If you're around people who are trying to break you down, who don't want to see you succeed, who might have jealousy, right? There's legit people who are in your circle possibly that might be friends, right? But they're low-key jealous. They low-key do not want you to succeed. They don't want to see you doing better than them. So it's really important to identify people in your circle who are there for you, people who genuinely support you, people who will drop, you know, whatever they're doing and just show up for you. Like, that's so important, to have genuine, caring, supporting people in your circle who genuinely support you. We definitely need that. So the 5th way we can build confidence is by moving our bodies, by exercising. This kind of ties back into getting into new hobbies and things like that, but I want to focus more in on actually exercising and the fitness aspect. So fitness is one of the top ways that you can build confidence. When you start seeing those results, when you start building that discipline, when you start showing up consistently, you're gonna build that confidence, because it's gonna give you that sense sense of accomplishment. You're gonna feel like you're getting things done. Like, okay, you know what, I can do this. Like, I showed up for this workout. It was really hard today. I didn't think I was gonna get through it, but I did, and I'm glad that I did. And now I'm gonna keep showing up because I like to challenge myself, and I realize I can get through these challenges. I can get through these hard times, right? A sense of discipline is also going to give confidence, right? Because sometimes a lot of the things that we're not disciplined with are things that we feel like we can't do. For instance, some people wake up at 5 a.m. and they work out and they get things done and they start their day at 5. Other people don't wake up at 5 because they don't think that they can. So if you don't have that discipline, or you genuinely don't believe that you can do something, you're not gonna have that confidence. But when you do challenge yourself, when you do become disciplined, when you do have that accountability, you are gonna build that confidence, because now you know that you are capable. Capability is going to build that confidence. And then we can talk about the plus, which are the physical changes. So if you're someone who has been working out for a while, or you've been consistent, you've probably been able to see physical changes in your body. And that's really gonna give the confidence, right? Because now it's like, okay, I look good. I'm starting to see myself tone up. I'm starting to see some changes in my weight. I'm starting to see my butt getting big. Okay, we're over here building booty and confidence. So it goes hand in hand. You know, when you start seeing those physical changes and you start realizing, like, I did this, like, these results are coming from me being consistent. These results are coming from me showing up. These results are coming from me being disciplined. That is really gonna help your confidence. So the last way that you can build confidence is by acknowledging your accomplishments. So I might have said this earlier in the video, but we're gonna talk about some specific ways that you can acknowledge your accomplishments. So one way is to look back and see how far you've come, okay? To look at your progression. So one way you can do this is by looking at old photos, by looking at old bank accounts, bank records, bank statements, seeing how much your income has improved, seeing how much your weight has improved, going back to fitness, seeing how much you have improved, right? So going back in your journal, maybe if you have a journal from last year, or you have a journal even from, like, it could be years ago. If you have a journal from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and by just seeing, like, what your mindset was at that time, seeing what you were going through. Maybe at that time, maybe you were going through a little, like, hardship or whatever, or you were going through a rough patch, and at that time you probably felt like you weren't able to get out of it. You felt stuck, right? Even with, you know, if you're someone who was struggling with finances, maybe a couple months ago, maybe a couple years ago, looking back and seeing how much you have achieved, how much you have improved, maybe your confidence has improved slightly, you know, even slight small changes, like, that counts. Small wins count. So we have to be more willing to clap for ourselves. We have to be more willing to acknowledge our accomplishments, to really pat ourselves on the back, to say, like, yo, I did that. Like, I actually have improved. Like, I actually have made these changes. Like, I actually am moving in the right direction, because we're always changing. We're always evolving. So you shouldn't be the same person that you were 2-3 years ago. Like, there's no way. First of all, we were in a pandemic 2-3 years ago. So I don't think anybody came out the same person, and you shouldn't be, okay? So it's good to look back and see who you were at that time, you know, even if it's a couple months ago. Maybe you were hoping and wishing and praying for this job, and now you're working that job, you're in that job, you have this career. Maybe you wanted to start a business a couple years ago, and now you have that business. So it's really good to just reflect, to look back, to really see how far you've come. That is gonna help your confidence 100%. Guys, I really hope this video was helpful to you today. I really hope that it resonated with you. I hope that you took some notes that you're gonna write in your journal, or you're gonna go back and read old parts of your journal. If you like this video, definitely make sure you hit that like button. Please subscribe to this channel so that you get more videos just like this. Drop a comment, let me know some things that you're working on this year, some ways that you're also building your confidence this year. And definitely make sure you check out my other videos that can also help you improve your life. We are leveling up this year, and we are becoming our best selves. You guys can also follow me on Instagram at WristFitKitty, as well as my business page, Real Rhythm Dance Fitness. If you guys are feeling this shirt, you can cop it. I'm gonna leave the link in the description, realrhythmdanceandfitness.com. You can definitely copy one of these so you can build your booty and confidence this year. I will see you guys next time. Take care.